Horton's world welcomes you. The night is still, shadows stretch in the darkness, something stirs, a floorboard creaks, a child whimpers hiding under the covers. Every culture has its monsters. We give it many names, but one name echoes through the ages: the Bogeyman. He is the monster in the closet, the creature under the bed. He is the embodiment of our deepest fears, the personification of the unknown. The Bogeyman is a global phenomenon, a universal terror that transcends language and geography. From Europe to Africa, the Arctic to Australia, the Bogeyman lurks. He takes on many forms, adapting to the specific fears and beliefs of each culture. In some cultures, he is a monstrous creature, grotesque and terrifying. In others, he is a shadowy figure, indistinct and all the more frightening for his lack of definition.
The earliest humans huddled around flickering fires, seeking solace from the encroaching darkness. Beyond the light lay a world of unknown terrors. Predators with gleaming eyes, rustling leaves that could mask unseen dangers.
Before language could articulate complex anxieties, the human mind sought tangible explanations for the unexplainable. The unknown was given form, its terrors personified in creatures of myth and legend.
These early humans lived in a world where survival was a daily struggle. The Bogeyman became a way to explain the unexplainable, to give a face to the unseen forces that threatened their existence.
As human societies evolved, so did the legend of the Bogeyman. He became a guardian of the unknown, a protector of boundaries, both physical and societal. In many cultures, the Bogeyman was associated with specific locations: dark forests, deep bodies of water, abandoned buildings. These places were often seen as thresholds between the known and the unknown. The Bogeyman became a warning to those who dared to venture too close to these dangerous realms. He was a reminder that there were places where humans were not meant to tread. The Bogeyman played a crucial role in shaping the behavior of early humans, particularly children. In a world fraught with danger, obedience was paramount. The Bogeyman became a powerful tool for social control, a way to instill fear in children and ensure their compliance. The threat of the Bogeyman was a constant reminder of the consequences of disobedience. The Bogeyman taught children to be wary of strangers, to avoid dangerous situations, and to respect the authority of their elders.
As Europe emerged from the Dark Ages, the Bogeyman found fertile ground in the hearts of its people. He became Der Dwatman, the Black Man, a spectre cloaked in darkness. In Germanic folklore, Der Dwatman was a figure of imposing stature, wreathed in shadow. He haunted the woods that bordered villages, the unlit paths between settlements. Parents whispered his name in hushed tones, using the legend of Der Dwatman to instill obedience in their children. He was the monster lurking in the shadows, waiting to snatch away disobedient children.
The Black Man was more than just a child-snatching monster. He was also a moral enforcer, a supernatural embodiment of social order. His legend served as a cautionary tale, a warning against straying from the righteous path. He was said to punish liars, thieves, and those who disobeyed their parents or betrayed their community. The Black Man was also associated with the devil, linking him to the forces of evil that threatened the very souls of humankind. As Europe transitioned from the medieval period into the Renaissance, the legend of the Black Man continued to evolve. He became a figure of urban legend, haunting the dark alleys and shadowy corners of burgeoning cities. No longer confined to the wilderness, the Black Man stalked the streets of London, Paris, and Rome. He was the bogeyman of the urban poor, a symbol of the dangers that lurked in the teeming slums. He was a reminder that even in the heart of civilization, darkness could still hold sway. The Bogeyman's reach extends far beyond the shores of Europe, his legend whispered in 1,000 different tongues. From the sun-drenched plains of Africa to the frozen wastelands of the Arctic, the Bogeyman lurks. In the humid jungles of South America, he is El Coco, a monstrous creature with glowing red eyes. In the bustling marketplaces of the Middle East, he is the ghoul, a demonic entity that preys on the flesh of the dead. The ghoul is a creature of the night, his presence heralded by the howling of dogs and the mournful cries of owls. In the frozen wastelands of the Arctic, he is the Kalupalik, a monstrous humanoid creature with long, sharp claws. The Inuit people believe that the Kalupalik lurks beneath the ice, waiting to drag unsuspecting victims to a watery grave. In the rice paddies of Japan, he is the Namahage, a demon-like creature with a fearsome mask and a booming voice. On New Year's Eve, men dressed as the Namahage visit homes, demanding to know if there are any lazy or disobedient children present. The Namahage is a symbol of the old year, meant to scare children into good behavior. The Bogeyman is a shapeshifter. His form is fluid as the fears he embodies. The Bogeyman is more than just a figment of our imagination. He is a cultural construct, a product of our shared history and collective unconscious. He is a way for us to make sense of the world around us, to explain the unexplainable. In a world where we are constantly bombarded with images of violence, death, and destruction, it is no wonder that we cling to the figure of the Bogeyman. He is a cautionary tale, a warning to be careful, to be aware of our surroundings, and to never let our guard down completely. While the fear instilled by the Bogeyman can be intense, it can also serve a valuable evolutionary purpose. By personifying danger in a tangible form, the Bogeyman teaches children about boundaries, consequences, and the importance of heeding the warnings of their caregivers. He becomes a tool of social control, a way for parents to impart valuable life lessons. The message is simple and effective: disobey, and the Bogeyman will get you. This message is often reinforced through storytelling, a powerful medium for transmitting cultural values and beliefs. The Bogeyman, however, is a blunt instrument, and his lessons can sometimes be delivered with unintended consequences. In extreme cases, the fear of the Bogeyman can manifest as a specific phobia, known as bogeyphobia. Individuals with bogeyphobia may experience panic attacks, avoid certain places or activities, or engage in compulsive behaviors. The long-term psychological impact of the Bogeyman can be subtle and far-reaching. For some, it may manifest as a generalized anxiety disorder, a heightened sense of fear and worry. The Bogeyman's shadow can linger long after childhood, shaping our perceptions of the world and influencing our behavior in ways we may not even realize. From shadows to screens, the Bogeyman, once confined to the whispers of fireside tales and the shadows of childhood bedrooms, has found a new hunting ground in the 21st century: the flickering screens of our televisions, laptops, and smartphones. As technology has advanced, so too has our ability to give form to our fears, transforming the Bogeyman from a shadowy archetype into a multimedia spectacle. Horror films, in particular, have embraced the Bogeyman as a reliable source of chills and thrills. From the masked slashers of the 1980s to the psychologically disturbed antagonists of contemporary horror, the genre has mined our collective fear of the unknown, crafting villains that tap into our deepest anxieties. The darkened movie theater, with its hushed whispers and communal gasps of fear, has become a modern-day campfire, a place where we gather to confront our fears in the safety of the dark. But the Bogeyman's reach extends far beyond the confines of the horror genre. He has infiltrated our comedies, our thrillers, even our children's cartoons, his form and motivations adapting to the specific conventions of each genre. He is the creepy neighbor with a mysterious past, the stalker lurking in the shadows, the monster under the bed in a Pixar film. He is a chameleon, shifting and changing to remain relevant, to continue tapping into our primal fears no matter how our entertainment preferences evolve. Urban legends and modern anxieties. The Bogeyman has also found a new home in the urban legends that proliferate in the digital age. Spread through whispered rumors, chain emails, and social media posts, these modern-day myths reflect the anxieties of a society grappling with rapid technological advancement, social isolation, and a growing sense of unease about the future. The black-eyed children, for example, are a relatively recent addition to the Bogeyman's ever-growing family. Said to be children with completely black eyes, they appear on doorsteps asking to be let inside. Their legend taps into our fear of the uncanny, the unsettling feeling we experience when something familiar is rendered strange and threatening. They are a reminder that even in our own homes we are not entirely safe, that the boundaries between the known and the unknown can be easily breached. Other urban legends reflect more contemporary fears, such as the dangers of online predators, identity theft, and cyberbullying. The bogeyman in these stories has adapted to the digital age, becoming a faceless entity lurking in the depths of the internet, preying on the vulnerable and the unwary. He is a reminder that even in the virtual world, there are real dangers to be faced, and that the anonymity of the internet can be both a blessing and a curse. The bogeyman in the headlines. Sadly, the bogeyman's presence is not always confined to the realm of fiction. In the real world, he takes on the form of kidnappers, serial killers, and other violent criminals whose horrific acts dominate the headlines and fuel our collective nightmares. These individuals, often driven by twisted motives and a profound lack of empathy, become real-life bogeymen, their names whispered in hushed tones, their faces plastered across television screens, serving as stark reminders that the world can be a dark and dangerous place. The fear these individuals evoke is not unfounded. They represent a very real threat to our safety and well-being, and their actions can have a profound impact on our individual and collective psyches. The media, often accused of sensationalizing violence and exploiting tragedy, plays a complex role in shaping our perception of these real-life bogeymen. On the one hand, it is essential that we are informed about potential threats to our safety. On the other hand, the constant barrage of negative news can create a climate of fear and anxiety, leading us to see danger lurking around every corner. The bogeyman in his real-world incarnations forces us to confront the uncomfortable truth that evil exists, that there are individuals capable of unspeakable acts of cruelty and violence. He is a chilling reminder that the world is not always a safe and predictable place, and that even in the most civilized societies, darkness can lurk in the hearts of men. The enduring power of fear. The bogeyman's enduring appeal lies in his ability to adapt, to evolve alongside our changing fears and anxieties. He is a shapeshifter, a cultural chameleon, taking on the form of our deepest fears, whatever those fears may be. In the 21st century, he is as likely to be found lurking in the digital shadows of the internet as he is in the darkened corners of our bedrooms. His power lies not just in his ability to frighten, but in his ability to remind us of our own vulnerability. He is a reflection of our own mortality, a symbol of the unknown that lies beyond our control. He reminds us that we are all vulnerable, that no matter how safe and secure we may feel, there is always the potential for danger, for chaos, for the unexpected. The bogeyman, in all his forms, serves as a potent reminder that fear is an essential part of the human experience. It is a primal emotion, hardwired into our brains, that has served us well throughout our evolutionary history, keeping us safe from predators, warning us of danger, and ensuring our survival. The key, perhaps, is not to eradicate fear entirely, but to learn to live with it, to recognize its value as a survival mechanism, while also acknowledging its potential to paralyze and control us. The bogeyman, then, is not just a monster to be feared, but a mirror to be examined. He reflects our own anxieties, our own darkness, our own capacity for both good and evil. By confronting our fears, by shining a light into the shadows, we can begin to understand the bogeyman's enduring power, and perhaps even learn to tame the monsters that lurk within us all. The Bogeymans Legacy. The Bogeyman. He is a name whispered in fear, a shadow lurking in the corners of our minds. He is the monster under the bed, the creature in the closet, the unseen terror that haunts our darkest hours. For centuries, he has been a part of our collective consciousness, a universal symbol of fear that transcends cultures and generations. From the earliest campfire stories to the latest Hollywood horror films, the Bogeyman has evolved and adapted, taking on new forms to reflect our changing anxieties. But his core purpose remains the same: to remind us of our vulnerability, to warn us of the dangers that lurk in the shadows, both real and imagined. But the Bogeyman is more than just a figure of fear. He is also a reminder of our resilience, our ability to confront our fears and emerge stronger on the other side. He teaches us to be cautious, to be aware of our surroundings, to protect those we love. And in a world where darkness can often feel all-encompassing, he reminds us that even the most terrifying monsters can be overcome. So the next time you feel a shiver down your spine or hear a creak in the night, remember the Bogeyman. He is a part of us all, a reminder of our shared humanity and our enduring capacity for both fear and courage. Whether the Bogeyman ultimately proves to be a creature of flesh and blood, a product of our collective imagination, or something entirely unexpected, the journey itself is a testament to the power of human curiosity, the importance of scientific inquiry, and the enduring allure of the unknown. Yet, they also represent strength, wisdom, and the potential for transformation. Thank you for joining us on this incredible journey through the history of the Bogeyman. If you enjoyed this video, please give it a thumbs up and consider subscribing to Horton's World for more explorations into the world's most fascinating myths and legends. And don't forget to hit the notification bell so you never miss an episode. We'd love to hear your thoughts in the comments below. What other mythical creatures or legends would you like us to explore next? Share your ideas and let's keep the flame of curiosity burning bright. And as always, stay curious.